Welcome to this demonstration on creating admissions forms and other forms using the CRM Enrol Forms module. You can access the Forms module from the Administration menu. You can also access forms and submissions from the Submissions panel in the dashboard. Note that the count of new submissions as of now, as students submit forms, this count is incremented. Let's click on this panel to open the Forms and Submissions page. This page lists the various forms and submissions. You can view submissions for a form, or you can preview a form. Note that for a draft form, you can also preview that form. And as with any Classe365 artifact, you can edit a form or delete. If the form is live, you can view and make entries. Let's look at adding a form briefly. Here, you can see that there are two types of forms. General type of forms are usually created to collect basic responses like survey or feedback forms. These forms are not linked to the student field in the Student Information System or SIS. While pre-admission forms are used to enroll students, this form has an option to map fields with SIS. Now go back to our example. Here we are going to select the pre-admission form. Let's view the Fields/Attributes section of the form. Since we selected pre-admission as the form type, default fields are mapped to the respective student fields in the SIS. Let's return to the Forms page. Now, let's look at two existing forms required to conduct an entrance test and to enroll eligible students. To explain this example, let's follow a user journey. Let's see the forms required for admission to the first year civil engineering course. Here's the entrance test form in detail. This one is a generic form. Let's update the title. These are default fields marked as mandatory. Let's collapse the sections. Now let's add a field in this section. You can drag a field from the Forms element panel. Let's publish the field so it appears in the live form. Since this is a checkbox field, let's enter the options. Let's view the changes. Note that this section will be visible only if you fill in details for the previous section. Here, you can add workflows to the form. A generic form has a default pending and closed status. You can put additional status workflows between them. You can edit each status. And even change the text color of the status name. These are the various statuses of an entrance test form. Note that this last status doesn't have a delete icon. Default statuses cannot be deleted. Meanwhile, this is a status we defined and it can be deleted. We can move a status in a workflow. Let's move the rejected status. The status also shows a notification icon. This means an email notification has been set up to send an email when the form is in this status. Here's another notification. Moving on, let's check the availability of this form. Note that this is set as a live form. You can also set a duration for which this form is available. We can enable or disable payments. We can link forms. We will link this form to the enrollment form. Let's take a quick look at how form linking works. The admin sets the status of the entrance form to be closed. The student receives an email with the link to the next form to fill in. Here, it is the enrollment form. The student fills in the enrollment form and admin enrolls the students using the details in this form. Now let's view the notification page. It has a Notifications tab and an Email Template tab. The first step is to set up an email template. Let's edit an existing email template. The list of data variables is the same as custom and default fields set up in the form. You can insert variables in the email, and when the email is sent, this variable is replaced by the actual value entered. Let's insert a variable for institute name. Now that we have created an email template, let's view a notification sent using this template. You can also select when you want this email to be sent. You can enter recipients for the email. You can pick recipients for any email fields that you have defined, or you can enter a personal or custom email. You can add additional settings like terms and conditions and status check. Now, let's look at the enrollment form. Let's add a field name Skills in the enrollment form and map it to the field name Skills in the SIS. Notice that this field is currently not mapped with SIS. Let's choose the field type as File so that the student can attach certificates. Let's map this field to Skills from the drop-down. Now it is mapped. These are the statuses and notifications set for this form. The form is set to live. Note that since this is the last form, we need not link it to the next form in the process. Like the previous form, we can create notification and email templates here. Please check the submissions video on how a student submits these forms. And that's it. That's how you can add custom CRM forms in Classe365. Thank you for watching.